everyone, my name is Muhammad Andika Askia. Right now I want to read loudly this page number 15 and 17 for my assignment, English course assignment. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic machine that processes information. In other words, an information processor. It takes in raw information or data at one end, stores it until it's ready to work on it, choose and crunch it for a bit, then spit out the result at the other end. All this process have a name. Taking in information is called input. Storing information is better known as a memory or storage. Chewing information is also known as processing, and spitting out result is called output. Imagine if a computer were a person. Suppose you have a friend who's really good at math. She is good at she is so good that everyone she knows posts their math problems to her. Each morning, she goes to her letterbox and finds a pile of new math problems waiting for her attention. She piles them upon her desk until she gets around to looking at them. Each afternoon, she takes a letter off the top of the pile, studies the problem, works on the solution, and scribbles the answer on the back. She puts this in an envelope addressed to the person who sent her the original problem and sticks it in her out tray, ready to post. Then she moves to the next letter in the pile. You can see that your friend is working just like a computer. Her letterbox is her input, the pile on her desk is a memory, her brain is the processor that works out the solutions, the problem, and the out tray on her desk is her output. Once you understand that computers are about input, memory, processing, and output, all the junk on your desk makes a lot more sense. 1. Input. Your keyboard and mouse, for example, are just input units, ways of getting information into your computer that it can process. If you use a microphone and voice recognition software, that's another form of input. 2. Memory or storage. Your computer probably stores all your documents and files on a hard drive. A huge magnetic memory, but smaller computer-based devices like digital camera and cell phones use other kinds of storage such as flash memory cards. 3. Processing. Your computer processor, sometimes known as the central processing unit or CPU, is a microchip buried deep inside. It works amazingly hard and gets incredibly hot in the process. That's why your computer has a little fan blowing away to stop its brain from overheating. For output, your computer probably has an LCD screen capable of displaying high resolution graphics and probably also stereo loudspeaker. You may have an inkjet printer on your desk to make a more permanent form of output. The first computer were gigantic calculating machines, and all they ever really did was crunch number, solve lengthy, difficult, or tedious mathematical problems. Today, computer works on a much wider variety of problems, but they are all still essentially calculations. Everything a computer does, from helping you to edit a photograph you've taken with a digital camera to displaying a web page, involves manipulating numbers in one way or another. Suppose you are looking at a digital photo you just taken in a paint or photo editing program and you decide you want a mirror image of it. In other words, flip it from left to right. You probably know that the photo is made up of a million individual pixels arranged in a grid pattern. The computer stores each pixel as a number, so taking a digital photo is really like an instant orderly exercise in painting by numbers. To flip a digital photo, the computer simply reverses the sequence of numbers so they write from right to left instead of left to right. Or suppose you want to make a photograph brighter. All you have to do is light the little brightness icon by say 10% to make the entire image brighter. So once again the problem boils down to numbers and calculations. What makes a computer different from a calculator is that it can work all by itself. You just give it your instruction called a program and off it goes, performing a long and complex series of operations all by itself. Back in the 1970s and 1980s, if you wanted a home computer to do almost anything at all, you had to write your own little program to do it. For example, before you could write a letter on a computer, you had to write a program that would read the letters you type and on the keyboard to store them in the memory and display them on the screen. Writing the program usually took more time than doing whatever it was that you had originally wanted to do. Pretty soon, people started selling programs like word processors to save you the need to write programs yourself. Today, most computer users buy, download, or share programs like Microsoft Word and Excel. Hardly anyone writes programs anymore. Most people see their computers as a tools that help them do jobs rather than complex electronics machines they have to pre-program, and that's as well because most of us have better things to do than computer programming. That's all. Thank you.